Hello. Let us now study about the middle ear or the tympanic cavity. Middle ear is situated within the petrous part of the temporal bone. So this is the petrous part of the temporal bone. Within this petrous part of the temporal bone, the middle ear lies. This one is the external ear and with external acoustic meatus. External ear leads to middle ear being separated only by the tympanic membrane, which forms the lateral boundary of the middle ear cavity. Okay. So this middle ear, it is contained within the petrous part of the temporal bone. It is filled with air. It is lined by mucous membrane and assumes full size at birth. Okay. This middle ear, which is present between the external ear and internal ear, have some communications, like this is the middle ear. It communicates in front with nasopharynx. This is nasopharynx through auditory tube. Through auditory tube, it communicates in front with the nasopharynx, and behind it communicates with the mastoid antrum through this opening, which is the auditus to antrum. Okay, so these are the communications: in front with the nasopharynx through auditory tube, behind with the mastoid antrum through auditus to antrum. Okay. Shape. If you see the shape of the middle ear, it is shaped like a biconcave disc like RBC, being wider above, constricted in the middle with the convexities directed towards the middle ear. The roof being wider than the floor, the posterior wall being wider than the anterior wall, thus overall making it an hourglass constriction in the interior. And if you see the measurements of the middle ear, at the roof it is 6 mm, at the floor it is 4 mm. In the middle, that means at the tympanic membrane, it is around 2 mm, and vertically and antero-posteriorly it is around 15 mm. Vertically and antero-posteriorly, the size being the 15 mm, at the roof being 6 mm, at the floor being 4 mm, and in the middle around 2 mm. Now, contents. What middle ear contains? It contains chain of ear ossicles, that is malleus, incus and stapes, one articulating with each other. It also contains muscles like tensor tympani and stapedius. It also contains some blood vessels and nerves. By the articulations between the malleus, incus and stapes, the sound vibrations are amplified in the middle ear and is conducted to the internal ear. Protection of the middle ear. How the middle ear is protected? What are the factors which protect the middle ear? Number 1, auditory tube, which maintains an equilibrium or air pressure within and around the tympanic membrane. That is number 1. Articular surfaces of the ear ossicles. That is number 2. And number 3, reflex contraction of tensor tympani muscle and stapedius muscle, which protects against the explosive sounds. By these 3, the middle ear is protected. Next, if you can go for subdivisions of middle ear. If you see the subdivisions of middle ear, So this is the tympanic membrane. And this one is external ear. And this is middle ear and internal ear. Okay. So within the middle ear, the subdivisions are epitympanum, mesotympanum. So this one is epitympanum. Mesotympanum. And hypotympanum. Epitympanum contains the head of the malleus, the head and short process of incus, so this is the head of the malleus. Head and short process of incus are the contents of epitympanum. Head of malleus, head of incus, as well as short process of incus are the contents of epitympanum, which lie above the tympanic membrane. This one is the tympanic membrane. Mesotympanum is the narrowest part which extends across the tympanic membrane and contains the long process of incus, handle of malleus. This one is the handle of the malleus, long process of incus and entire stapes. Is it clear? So the mesotympanum, which lies across the tympanic membrane, is the narrowest part of the tympanic cavity or the middle ear, contains the handle of the malleus, long process of incus and its articulation with the entire stapes. The lowermost part, which lies below the tympanic membrane, this region, it is called as hypotympanum.